Peace, infinite waters diving deep once again. We are out here in nature, baby. Another beautiful day. 10 things you were born to do more than. Let's just... Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. So, this channel is about becoming your greatest version. And so many of us, sometimes we think we're just born to do certain things. And that's what I thought. I'm born to do this. Then I realized, wait a minute. I was definitely born not to do that. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? 10 things you were born to do more than. The first thing you were born to do more than is just work your entire life. Like, it hit home for me because I used to work 12-hour days. Yeah, by the time I would finish, it would be dark. But wait a minute, I would leave when it was dark. So I never got to see the light of day. Like, how unfair is that? I was just working, and it's beautiful to work. You got to put food on the table, right? I know. But at the same time, don't get a job that drains all your energy to come home to have no energy for the life you're working for. Slow motion this side. And I realized I was working way too many hours for what I was getting back in return. So I always say, if you're working, work smart. It's not about working harder. It's not about how many hours you're working. Look, these days I wake up, I create, I am living in infinite abundance and I'm happier than ever. So it's not always about how many hours you're working, okay? It's about, are you actually enjoying what you are doing? Are you enjoying the process? Because so many people don't realize that we spend so many hours of our lives in a miserable job, in work that's not really fulfilling, and we forget that we actually have a choice. At any given moment in time, you can choose wherever you want to be. I chose this lifestyle of infinite abundance. Come and join me. The cat down the road is like saying, come and join us, baby. What's the second thing you were born to do more than? Just pay bills. Like, I get it. There are a lot of bills you got to pay. I got to pay a lot of bills too. But I realized that I was talking to a good friend. And this was back in my longboarding days. And we were talking about how it's amazing how so many human beings are living in a kind of conveyor belt lifestyle. Okay, and this conveyor belt lifestyle is just you get up, you go to work, and then you pay bills. But I realize, okay, you got to pay bills, but don't make that the focus of your entire life. Okay, I don't even worry about paying bills anymore because I'm doing what I love. Money now becomes a byproduct. Okay? So I'm not living just to pay bills. I'm not living just to work. I'm living to explore the infinite being I came here to be. Slow motion this side. Or should I say the multi-dimensional being I came here to be. Now, to get into the mind state of not feeling you were just born to pay bills, you got to become a boss around here. You got to become a mastermind. In essence, you got to start becoming an architect of your own reality. To say, okay, how am I going to do this? You got to get creative. I'm left-handed, which means I'm thinking with the right brain most of the time. That means, like, I'm going in the complete other direction everyone else is going. But that actually works to my advantage because I'm like, okay, I can become who I came here to be, and I don't have to worry about all the other stuff. That will be taken care of so long as I'm just getting high off the good ass prana. Okay? The third thing you were born to do more than is just die. That's right. Like, so many people feel they were just born to die. And I realize, no, I was born to live life to the fullest. Like, to have this expansive human experience of falling on my ass a lot. Okay? I came here to live. And it's sometimes a program in our subconscious mind that, okay, you just came here to die. You only live once. But once again, I've spoken about past lives, that we are multi-dimensional beings having a human experience. So we are constantly incarnating in this dimension. There is no such thing as death. The ancient sages knew this. There is only life. Go into nature and show me something that is dead. It is not dead because energy can't die. It's in the process of metamorphosis, in essence, greater transformation. So I realize, okay, I get it now. In every single second, a cell in my body is transforming. Okay? There is a huge metamorphosis going on inside here every single day. Okay? It's its own system. So every single cell in your body strives to live. It only wants to live. It only wants to help you. Your body is your loyal servant, helping you become your greatest version. So I realized I didn't just come here to die, because if you just get that into your mindset, right? Okay, I just came here to die. Then you lose that oomph to live. Okay, can you remember when you were really, really small as a child? You were fearless, like you were doing backflips, cartwheels, you're on the monkey bars, you're on the swings, doing roly-polies and stuff. You had no fear whatsoever because you're like, I can't die. You see, this program was embedded in so many of us, and that's why a lot of us, we become very fearful. Okay, there is only transformation. When you are not in this dimension any longer, your energy will go somewhere else, right? So I realized I didn't just come here to die, right? I didn't live. I'm not living to die. I'm living to live. There is only life for me, right? Whew, that sounded kind of poetical. We ain't even had breakfast yet. What's the fourth thing you were born to do more than? You were born to not just be a hater. Like, please, don't just be a hater. And that's what I had to tell myself way back in the day. You see, what helped me along my early journey was to realize this. People that are doing stuff, creating stuff, going places in life, they never have time to criticize because they're so focused on what they are doing. The moment you start tearing people down, that's the moment you realize you are losing in life. And I realized I never ever want to be a hater. And I'm never a hater, because I realize the moment I become a hater, I've lost it. I might as well pack my bags. The show's over. Okay? You see, the problem with a lot of haters is that they never take a look at their own life. You're pointing that finger, you got three others pointing back at you. Slow motion this side. And I realized that I just got to uplift people. You see, people do better when they are loved and when they are appreciated. That's why I'm connecting with so many amazing people every single day, because I'm uplifting. I'm not saying, hey, you shouldn't do it this way. You're terrible. Like, what kind of energy am I sending out there? You see, whatever energy you are sending out is the same energy that is coming back to you. So if you are a hater, just remind yourself you probably won't have a lot of good friends, right? Now, there's a difference between being a hater and being someone who is helping someone constructively. There's a big difference. But just remind yourself there was never a statue of a great critic. Slow motion this side. So I was born to be more than a hater, right? I was born to uplift people, to inspire people, to motivate people, to take people to the next level, and also to help people become their greatest versions, okay? What's the fifth thing? You were born to do more than, okay? The fifth thing is this, that 7-day vegan challenge. You got to realize this. You were born to not just eat junk food. Okay, I remember eating like KFC and all of these like fast food joints, and it wasn't doing my body any good. And at the time I was just studying, so I didn't really care what was going in my body. I'm just like, I just need to finish these exams right now, right? But then I realized, wait a minute, I started to feel its effects because I was on the toilet for like half an hour. That's not normal, right? And then I'm like, okay, what is this? Okay, I remember I watched a documentary on chicken, okay? Supposed chicken, right? It was supposedly chicken, it wasn't. Okay, so they were in this massive factory. It was an undercover documentary, and the interviewer, the person who was doing the interview, okay, asked the person working in the factory, it was a chicken factory, oh, what's that? Oh, it's chicken? It's chicken? And it clearly wasn't chicken, but he said it so confidently. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Because even, like, we don't even realize, like, a lot of what we're consuming isn't even food. Like, it's crazy, okay? And I realized I was born to not just eat what was handed to me on a plate. Like, you gotta read the ingredients, like, at least, like, read the label, like, do yourself a favor. Goodness sakes, right? So I realized, okay, I get it. I was born to really start eating foods that were meant for me, like from nature. You see, if you are eating organic foods, you're going to be on a whole nother wavelength. How else do you think I could make videos so consistently? Woo! Get high off the good ass prana, because I am eating to live. So many of us feel we were just born to eat, right? To die, right? We are living to eat instead of eating to live. Food should be the fuel that takes us to the next level. So get the blueberries out, get the papaya out, and really realize you can transform your entire life with a plant-based diet. I've seen it firsthand and I haven't looked back since. Okay? What's the sixth thing you were born to do more than? You were born to not just trash talk yourself. Like, why do we spend hours in the mirror, ladies, fellas, saying, I don't like my body, I don't like this feature I have about myself, I don't like my personality? Well, this is you. Deal with it. Right? I had to realize this along my early journey. I only got one body. No, I don't share a body with a cat down the road. I've only got one body, so I better start loving it, because the attitude you have towards your body, towards yourself, will be the same attitude your body has towards you. If you aren't cultivating that appreciation for your body won't work for you. Okay, I've seen a lot of people who don't like themselves, they don't like their body, and a lot of things happen. Their body's like, okay, you don't like me? Well, okay, I'm not gonna like you today. We ain't getting out of bed because you don't like me. But once you start loving your body, loving yourself 100%, accepting yourself 100%, you'd be surprised how far you would go. Even if you're feeling tired, I'm so tired right now, your body would say, hey, since you love me, we're gonna go the extra mile. Slow motion this side. Words we say that are trashy towards ourselves. Okay, what are some of the words you call yourself or statements you say? So what I used to say along my early journey was this. I used to say this. I used to look in the mirror and say, I'm not gonna be anything. My life is never, ever gonna get better. I could not see a way out of where I was at the time. And that's okay. I'm here to tell you, you may feel that way right now. You might look at yourself in the mirror and say, it's never going to get any better, right? You might say, it's never going to get any better. But just remind yourself that words are spells. You see, when a child goes to school, they learn how to spell. Spelling, we're talking about a spell, okay? So through your words, you are casting spells. Words are the commands of your subconscious mind. In essence, words are powerful vibrations. Words can change your life. So I started to say, okay, I can get out of this situation. I will get out of this situation. And I'm here right now. Can I get a hello there? Okay, so stop trash talking yourself. You didn't come here just to trash talk yourself. What's the seventh thing you were born to do more than? To allow other people just to disrespect you. Like, I'm a Pisces. I'm kind of mute sometimes. So growing up, I used to just allow people just to disrespect me and be like, okay, and take it. I'm taking it. No more. And I'm here to tell you, if you've got someone in your life who's always talking down on you, never encouraging you, never saying anything good about you, get rid of that person. You don't need them in your life because that's not what real friends do. That's not what real partners do. You see, real people you want to be around are people who are always giving you that respect. But before you can get that respect, you got to start respecting yourself. And respect comes when you start giving other people respect. Like, I get respected wherever I go because I treat people with respect. Every deep diver, I'm no better than any deep diver. We're all unique here. So that's why people open up to me, right? You got to treat people with respect, because if you don't, where did everyone go? Okay, so remind yourself that you didn't just come here to get disrespected. I realize that you got to kind of slightly go like this when you're around someone that's disrespecting you, because just remind yourself, it becomes a pattern. You see, many times, even if you've got bullies and victims, you have what we call Stockholm Syndrome, where eventually the victim begins to enjoy the treatment. Okay, I saw it growing up in school sometimes where someone was getting bullied. I jumped in with the cat down the road and say, hey, you ain't doing that. But sometimes I wasn't around. And what was happening? The victim who was getting bullied would be like, oh my gosh, I'm actually enjoying it. They would be laughing with the bully. Have you ever seen that? That's what we call Stockholm Syndrome. So you got to realize that you didn't come here to be used like a doormat. You didn't come here for people to go like this to you, back and forth, right? You're better than that. You got to realize you are so much better than that. And you got to distance yourself from people who are always feeling they are better than you. You don't need that. Surround yourself with people that actually care about you, for starters, okay? What's the eighth thing you were born to do more than? Now, what helped me along my journey was to realize this. I was born to really not just have all of these limiting beliefs. I was born to question even what I believe to be true. Slow motion this side. Because sometimes I'm diving deep. I think I know the truth. And then I watch a documentary and I'm like, I never knew that. So we have to realize we are constantly evolving, and it's all BS, belief systems. So the more you start questioning your BS, your belief systems, the more you evolve into a better human being. So I started to realize I didn't just come here to think I know it all. A wise man, a wise woman is always learning. That's what makes them wise. But a lot of us think we were just born, and because we've passed a few exams, we've passed the life test in universe, right? I'm always getting tried and tested, right? So I realized I came here to always expand my mind, to be open-minded. All the time, I got to be open-minded. And that's really what's helped me along my journey become my greatest version. What's the 9th thing you were born to do more than? To really stop letting other people's expectations of you, their demands of you, define who you are. Their opinions of you, right? Define who you are. Because sometimes it's hard, and it can even come from friends, families, even some animals do it, right? People have big expectations of you, and you got to be careful not to get sucked into their vortex. You didn't come here to live by other people's rules, to play by their rules. You didn't even come here to live by society's rules. You came here to start creating your own rules, to start defining your own being, your own existence, to start giving yourself your unique name, definition. And I've seen it along my journey, because for a long time I was playing by other people's rules. I was living up to their so-called expectations, what they wanted me to be, right? What they wanted me to be. Go and study here, go and work there. It will look good. But was I happy? No. So if you find yourself in that predicament, I'm here to tell you, you weren't born just to live by everyone else's rules, by their standards. Because people who do that, when they're 40, they're like, I'm screwed. Yeah, no kidding, because you listen to those people. They were drunk when they were giving you the advice, right? They were out of their mind. The hell were you thinking? So I realized that nobody is responsible here. You've got to take responsibility for your own choices and decisions, and that will help you become your greatest version. And what is the 10th thing you were born to do more than? To create separation. You see, so many times in our society, we don't realize we have been separated on the planet through color, race, religion, nationality, all of these man-made programs. You got to free your mind of all of that. You see, I've been inspiring people for years, and really what's freed me is to realize that separation is created from the ego. So you didn't come here just to separate yourself from everything around you and everyone. I remember growing up, I had friends from all different backgrounds. We just got along fine. And then I started to realize through my indoctrination system that, okay, this person was born in this country, they were born in that country, and they're slightly different. And then as you grow up, you start to kind of separate yourself from someone else because of what you've been told, because of your programming. So growing up, when you watch a TV, they call it a program because you are being programmed. But it's not about believing the television, which tells lies to your vision. You got to start telling your vision. So I've realized that I didn't just come here to, once again, create more separation, create more boundaries. Like I talk to anyone, Infinite Waters, we connect with anybody, any color you can think of, even colors that even colors that you've never seen before, right? Right? We're having a great time doing it, because that's what happens when you're not living in the ego, right? That's what happens when you're not living in the ego and you move towards your heart space. You start to realize the oneness of everything, but also the uniqueness in that. It's not that we all have to get along. No, we all have to realize that so many of us, we've been sold a cheap lie, and now it's time to find the greater truth of who we are. And then we'll all just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? And there you have it. We are out here in the heart of nature, baby. Just, woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Have a beautiful day, deep divers. We're out here. Infinite Waters. Diving deep. Once again, stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You.